Before we get into today's show, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. All right, guys, if you're looking for one spot on YouTube to get your Steelers news and rumors coverage this offseason, Steelers Talk is the place for you. Every time the Steelers make a cut, every time they make a signing, every time they make a trade, we're going to have you covered with breaking news coverage. And then we also provide daily Steelers news and rumors content. We got mock drafts out all offseason long. We got a bunch of great stuff coming out, free agency analysis, draft analysis. We have you covered here on the channel. So if that's what you're looking for, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. All right, guys, my name is Jack Sperry. This is Steelers Talk. Thanks for joining the show today. Today we're going over the ideal Steelers free agency plan that's still realistic, right? It's not the ideal Steelers free agency plan where I'm like, oh, we're going to sign Tremaine Edmunds at the league minimum. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do something realistic today. I think this is what the Steelers will actually end up doing, something along these lines. So let's just jump right into today's action. Earlier in the week, I revealed my Steelers cut candidates, the guys that I would cut. William Jackson III, Okorafor, and Trubisky are really the big names there. Adams, Olszewski, Killebrew, more of backups just to save some cap space there. And then also some players that I said the Steelers are going to keep. Miles Jack, Akella Witherspoon, Levi Wallace, and Arthur Maulet. All those guys could be cut, but I think the Steelers are going to try to keep the defense together because they played pretty darn well in 2022. And then I also have them re-signing these players right here. Larry Ogunjobi, Cam Sutton, Terrell Edmunds, DeMonte KZ, and Robert Spillane. If you want to go into like a more in-depth video there of my decision for bringing those guys back, go out and check yesterday's video where I break it all down. But when it comes to the free agency this year, Andrew Filipponi, somebody that is a big name on Steelers Twitter, he put this on his Twitter the other day, which says, source on Steelers free agency, don't set the bar too high. Thinks Tremaine Edmunds will price himself out of Pittsburgh, cites deals like James Daniels and Steven Nelson as the biggest free agent deals the Steelers are willing to give out. So this is what I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, guys. I don't think the Steelers are going to be making these flashy, big splash moves, big trades, big free agent signings. I think they're going to be mostly conservative because I think that they have a team that can compete in 2023. I think they want to keep the band together. They're going to be conservative this offseason, but I still think they're going to make a couple moves in free agency. I'll be going over those in just a second. But before that, go in the comment section right now and tell me, should the Steelers make a big splash move in the 2023 NFL offseason? Type Y if you think yes, or type N if you think no. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So whenever you get an ad break here on the show, go ahead and go into the comment section, find that pinned comment. It'll be right there at the top, and answer today's question. So the first matter of business here is I think they should restructure Minkah Fitzpatrick's contract. He's got multiple years left on his deal. He's owed over $60 million over the next 4 years. And I think that an easy restructure that the Steelers could make here is if they convert $6 million of that 62.1 into a signing bonus, which then gets distributed over the 4 years equally, which means that the Steelers would add $4.5 million in cap space for the 2023 NFL season. And I think that this is a good move. He's got multiple years. You can still restructure him again later on. It's not just a one-time thing. And I think that it saves the Steelers about enough money here. So if you add that into the figure there, I think the Steelers would have about $17 million to spend on free agents. So that's what I'm working with here. Obviously, that's not a ton of money. You're not going to be able to sign like a superstar for that kind of money. But I think that there are some moves that the Steelers will make, or that they will at least think about making, that they can make here with $17 million. Number one on my list, definitely the biggest name on the list, in my opinion, is Taylor Lewan, to bring him in to replace Dan Moore Jr. as the left tackle. I think they're going to move Dan Moore over to right tackle. Like I said, I have the Steelers cutting Chukwuma Okorafor. So I think if you bring Taylor Lewan in, you bring him in on kind of a cheaper contract, kind of a cheaper deal, but he's a good player. He's been a good player in the league before. He's somebody that's really done a good job he's been a 3-time Pro Bowler. He's a good player. He's just dealt with some injuries, and I think because of that, the Steelers are going to get him at a really good deal. I have the Steelers grabbing him at $6 million for a 1-year prove-it kind of deal. Lewan has expressed interest in joining the Steelers, so when you combine that with the fact that he's been injured, with the fact that he's getting older, all these different things, I think that the Steelers could get him at a very team-friendly deal. And then I also think the Steelers will probably go after a tackle prospect in the draft. So, if if Lewan doesn't end up working out, you can always move Dan Moore Jr. back to left tackle, or you can put that rookie at left tackle. You have options if you grab Lewan here in free agency. And with the Steelers looking for some protection for Kenny Pickett, you should be looking for some protection from monthly subscriptions you don't need to be paying for with our sponsor today, Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. Guys, monthly subscriptions, let's face it, they can get out of hand, right? With Netflix, with Peacock, with Hulu, with all these different streaming services that you pay a monthly fee for, it can be hard to keep track of all of it. But with Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, you can do that with this app. And the app shows you all of your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't even know that you were paying for, and you may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription on the Rocket Money app, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest for you. Get rid of use of subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/Steelers Talk to help out the channel a little bit, but also help your financial situation. It's helped out me a ton with my financial situation. Saves me a bunch of money per month. I'm somebody that really needs to see things. I'm a very visual person, so seeing all my monthly subscriptions in one place is really helpful for me. It can be helpful for you too. Go to rocketmoney.com/Steelers Talk to help out the channel, but also protect your pocketbook. Number 2 on my list, guys, that I would sign if I were the Steelers, David Long, the inside linebacker from Tennessee, had a really, really good year for the Tennessee Titans this year. He was the 13th highest ranked inside linebacker in the National Football League, according to Pro Football Focus, with a grade of 76.2, and he's one of the best run defenders in the game. Okay, we know one of the biggest bugaboos for the Steelers, especially towards the beginning of the season, they fixed it a little bit towards the end of the season, is run defense, and this guy can really help out in that department for the Steelers. He's good in coverage, maybe not great in coverage. He's not as good as like a Tremaine Edmunds, right? He's not somebody that's going to command $15 million per season like Edmunds is going to be asking for. The Steelers just can't afford that. But David Long is somebody that, according to Spotrac.com, is going to cost only $5 million, $10 million less per year for somebody that's still a top 15 grader in the National Football League. I think if you put him next to Myles Jack, I think that this would be a good pairing, right? I re-signed Robert Spillane to be a rotational piece in there. You still got Mark Robinson, who has a bright future, right? I think if you bring in David Long, you pair these two guys up, I think the Steelers defense could be even better in 2023 with these guys manning the helm in the middle there. But let me know in the comments section, who is the smarter choice for the Steelers to go pursue this offseason? Do you think it's Tremaine Edmunds? If you think it's him, type TE in the comments section. Or if you think it's David Long, you agree with me, go after a cheaper option, type DL in the comments section right now. All right, so number 3 on my list, Linval Joseph, defensive tackle, nose tackle, run stuffer extraordinaire. He's getting a bit up there. He's getting up there in age. He's playing as a backup right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, he's dealt with injuries as well. So when you look at the numbers that he's had this year, only 20 tackles, only a half sack. Really, Jack, this is the guy that you want to add? Yes, I do. I think the Steelers are also going to be drafting a nose tackle in this year's NFL draft. So bringing in a guy like Joseph into the fold provides you a veteran option if the rookie isn't ready to play, and then also gives that rookie a mentor. So I really like Linval Joseph. I still think that he can play at a relatively high level in this league, and he's still a big body, right? 6'4", 329 pounds. He is a true one-technique nose tackle that the Steelers need. Montravius Adams and Alualu just weren't cutting it this year. The Steelers need to completely revamp that position. I think Linval Joseph, you can get him for $2 million, right? He's getting older. He's been a backup this year with the Eagles. He's not going to be commanding a huge contract. You can get him for an extremely team-friendly deal for somebody that could potentially start for you, especially at the beginning of the season. And then also you're getting a guy that can mentor a future rookie, your future nose tackle of the future. Finally, on my list here, the last kind of signing I have them taking here, Jacoby Brissett, backup quarterback here for the future for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just in case Kenny Pickett gets hurt, God forbid something happens to him, Jacoby Brissett can be the guy that comes in and win football games for the Steelers. I think that he's a really, maybe he's not an elite talent, but he can win football games with guys like Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens, Najee Harris leading the run game. I think Jacoby Brissett is the type of guy with a good defense, with a good roster around him, can win games and potentially even even win a playoff game or two. I think that this guy is somebody that is a winner, somebody that's played a lot of football games in the National Football League. I really like him. And, when it comes to the options that are available in free agency, in terms of backup quarterback, I think Jacoby Brissett is the best case scenario. I have the Steelers grabbing him at about $3 million per season on a one-year deal. So I think the Steelers will also consider taking a rookie late, probably on day 3, round 7, maybe taking like a Stetson Bennett, maybe a Max Duggan, maybe somebody that could come in and be a backup for the future. But I think they want to get a veteran, so they have that plan set in stone. So if, God forbid, Kenny Pickett gets hurt next season, they have somebody in the fold that can win them football games. I think that he is the best option for the Steelers right now. But there are some other options that the Steelers could consider, right? Baker Mayfield is still out there. He played for the Rams. I really think that Teddy Bridgewater would be a good one too, right? He plays with 2 gloves on. Kenny Pickett plays with 2 gloves on, right? It's a match made in heaven. I wouldn't mind Teddy at all either. Mike White showed some good things. And then, of course, the Steelers legend, Joshua Dobbs, is out there as well. Played with the Tennessee Titans this past year. Didn't play all that great, but I think that he's an option that Mike Tomlin would certainly consider. But let me know in the comments section right now. Name a player that you want the Steelers to add this offseason. Was there anybody that's going to be a free agent out there that I missed that you want the Steelers to go get? Let me know in the comments section right now. All right, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Here's your second reminder. We've been growing like crazy here over the last couple weeks. We really appreciate everybody that's subscribed to the channel. But really, guys, this is the one place here at Steelers Talk. We provide you daily Steelers news and rumors content, breaking news coverage. We got you covered with draft coverage, free agency coverage. Every single day, we provide you guys with the Steelers video. So if that's your thing, if you want all of your Steelers news and rumors content in one place this offseason, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I appreciate you, Steeler Nation. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.